Let me set up the thumbnail and all that jazz. Give me just 20 seconds of your little time. If you want to fast forward, go ahead. Upcoming. Let me see. Is it live? Okay, it is live. All right, we got a lot of questions today. Oh boy, there we go. And the thumbnail should be live. Should be live, right? Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Let me make sure. I think on OBS I have to always restart the chat. So if you're saying anything, I don't see your chat just yet, but it will be, there we go. Now I can see it. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. Hopefully you are having the best day of your life. I'm having a good day. Man, my, all of my ailments are coming to an end. Hopefully in the next few days, I will be 150% fully recovered. So what's up, HEX Squid? I can see you. Make sure that this microphone sounds good. Everybody pulse. Okay, what is that? Reefer Reaper, don't chill freaking stuff in here, man. Come on now. Open season on beat. All right, is that a movie? That's what a movie my kids watch. Pretty sure. All right, let's see. 1.59. Hey, there we go. We got a little bit of a pump from yesterday. Where were we at yesterday? I know that we had kind of a down day earlier because a couple of people sold like 80 million HEX, and then somebody thinks sold 30 million HEX. After work cocktails with HEX. Okay, smash the likes if you like. Little emergency end stake Barnsley boys. Okay. Okay. Cheers, everyone. Hey, what's up, Doogaboos? Stake it till you make it. Yeah, you got to do that. You got to do that. We've got some questions. There was a lot of back and forth and about, is the HEX staking protocol predatory? In my opinion, I think you guys already know probably what my opinion is. But we will go over it. This isn't to hate on anybody. New people will come into our community and want to know why, emergency end stakes, if they don't do exactly what they said they were going to do, why it's going to take all of their money, right? So we'll go over that in just a minute. 3 days till Christmas. Santa is coming back. That's what it feels like, right? Open season on Bears this weekend. Let's hope. Let's freaking hope, dude. Let's hope. We hit 168 until, what is that? We hit 168 until Shark sold. Oh, 1.68? Yeah, I saw the Shark, which, dude, by the way, a selling Shark go down to like 1.59. I think that's what I woke up to this morning right after they sold. We're back at 1.57. That's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I think that, we might not close at a green candle, but I was telling Pep this morning when I was talking to him, I was like, dude, if we could close a green candle today, it would be pretty amazing. Doesn't look like we will. I mean, unless a bull really wants to come out here and eat up that red candle. But the wicks down here are pretty good. By the way, after we came down to about here, I said we're just going to get some back and forth action until something happens with the court case, in my opinion. There might be, Donald Trump getting in might expedite the green candles to come back. But in my opinion, I think that we just kind of go back and forth here, some accumulation phase. And, we're seeing people with big old bags sell right now, which blows my mind. But maybe they're fretting that, hey, Richard, there's a partial dismissal. There's no dismissal. It goes to trial, and they're selling right now. So, let them. I mean, the guy that sold is a prominent staker. He stakes. He did a staking ladder until now, and so I'm guessing he predicted that there was going to be a bull run here coming soon. So, and I guess if you watch his wallet, well, I don't, but if you watch his wallet, every time he has these big stakes come out, he sells. So if you want to go watch his wallet, there you go. I don't know who it is, but all right, let me scroll down. Hello, what's up, Finbear? Bitcoin and the stock market are roaring. Bullish market for us all year. Let's hope. Big Pep is alive. He is. Have you seen the show To Catch a Smart Contract? Yeah. Yeah, I come in from the side. Why don't you just take a seat right there? Is this smart contract predatory? 2 more days until Auntie Carol's verdict inauguration. The Bulls are coming. Let's hope. Let's hope. New Civic this year for sure. 2025 Type R. Have you seen them? I don't really like the new Civic body as much as I do the early 2021 versions, my version that I have, but I might be biased on that. A lot of people didn't like my body style because they said it was too aggressive, which I was, I was like, okay, have a seat here. We're trying to get people to nuke their steaks. Yeah, were you trying? I think we just got saved by the bell that there's no decision before Trump gets on the Monday. Maybe. I mean, it really isn't going to affect anything with the case that if Trump gets in, because the court is going to have to keep going with it, right? At this point, it's in the court's hands, not in the SEC hands. I think. I don't know if the SEC could just like, yeah, never mind, guys. I don't know if they could do that at this point. I think that since it's in the court's hands, it's kind of like you're stuck at this point. I bought HEX at 25 cents. I realized that I bought the top steaks for 3 years ago. More than tripled my bag. Love steak and nice pulse chain videos. Crypto race instead of arms race is a step in the right direction. True. And that's what he did say yesterday. Trump did. What's up, Hexo? What's up, man? My favorite fragrance is Hex Scam by Schuler. Okay. Is that a good one? I'll have to get it. I can't wait for the Pulse Chain conference in Vegas. Are you coming over? No, I won't be there. I'm pretty predatory. I'm here for the predatory hex talk. Well, we'll get on to that. Let's go over to some of the news. Pump.fun is being sued by Peanut the Squirrel Trader. So this guy lost $231 in some peanut scam. I don't know if it was a scam or a project on there. But the names of the sale of a popular meme coin, Peanut, is as unlawful. They're bringing on the claim on behalf of a much larger group. Well, who does that sound like, right? Sounds like the guy from like South Carolina that he bought like $1,000 worth of HEX or something at 40 cents and it went down, so he wants to sue. But some of the things that Pump.fun has been doing might be, a little bit controversial. Like being decentralized is kind of, now I don't know if Pump.fun is, this is not my forte. I've never been over to Pump.fun, but they were saying, oh, there's racist and, some real bad token names and things that were going on there. And I guess you could live stream on there. Never went on it. But, so they're saying, oh, well, this thing should be shut down because of that. And it's like, well, when you decentralize something and there's no way to shut it down. Not saying that that's how Pump.fun is, but in decentralized finance, anybody can make a token and anybody can make it whatever words they want to be. If they want to make a racist, anti-Semitic, whatever, then that's what they're gonna do, and they can do it pretty easily, as I've shown you how builders build their tokens. Hey, Oscar P, thank you for the $10. Hexo is a true OG. Make sure to smash the like button and start super chatting Hexo. He deserves it. Soon to the moon, my guys. Well, thank you, Oscar P. Thank you for hitting me up with the $10 and the nice comments. That's really nice of you. But let's see. So the lawsuit claims that Pump.fun has been offering and selling an unregistered security as a result of negligence or strict liability. It doesn't claim the project's founders have committed fraud or intentional reckless conduct, but still seeks to hold them accountable. So things that are launched on your platform could be unregistered securities. It's like, I don't know, man. This is why I brought it up, because I think that as much as I don't think that Pump.fun is doing things that are cool, like the racist stuff or whatever, if it's just jokes, which we all know that these are just stupid, as a 12-year-old kid, you've seen 12-year-old kids or 13-year-old kids make rug pulls recently, right? There was like a whole video on it where this kid pulled like $30,000 and and it's like 13-year-old kids in decentralized protocols can make racist little memes or whatever and tokens. And it's like, dude, I don't, stopping grown adults like us from having decentralized finance because people want to be children is the stupidest thing, right? Like if somebody rug pulls, prosecute the rug puller, don't prosecute the chain or the thing that it's on. I don't understand that. It just blows me away. It's like, go after the people that are actually committing crimes. Don't go after people that are just producing things and making new things, kind of like what Richard Hart did, right? If somebody on Pulse Chain wants to rug pull a coin, don't go after Richard for rug pulling it. Go after for the guy that did it. Don't go after don't go after Vitalik for all the rug pulls, or he's going to jail forever. They're trying to sue Math again. Yeah, exactly. What's up, y'all? What's up, Hexy Mexican? McHexican, excuse me. Whatever happened with Angry Wiener case with Maddie collect a lot of money for? I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. You could probably ask him. This RH case will be dismissed, and also Elon Musk. The corrupt SEC is going away soon in the new admin. Let's hope, JB. Let's hope. Hexology equals legend. Hope you and the fam are doing well. Well, thank you, Chase Jonathan. That's very nice of you guys. Always the love. You guys are always hitting me with the love. It feels great. So there you go. I don't, I have no, I don't really care what happens to it, other than hopefully it doesn't set any precedent that is bad for the rest of the crypto, right? So keep your eye on it. FBI foils goons who plotted to kidnap jeweler and steal $2 million in crypto. So apparently this guy on Telegram was saying that he was, where'd all my freaking, I always highlight this, but I guess I'm not going to be able to highlight it or read the highlights. But I'll just tell you what this guy found out he had $2 million worth of crypto. They set up some kind of, they were going to go rob this jeweler who had $2 million in crypto, and they did all of this stuff on Telegram. So they thought it was anonymous, which apparently it is. Maybe it is. The NSA, do you really think it's anonymous? From what I've heard, it's not anonymous, but some random guy said that a confidential source is what they call it right here, pretty much told on them. So yeah, the confidential source was probably the FBI agent that's watching your computer always. There's that meme, the FBI agent that's that's always watching your computer. That's probably what happened here, I'm guessing. They're probably watching these guys already, and the confidential source was like, okay. So yeah, they foiled it, boys. They foiled it. Which thank heavens that they did. We don't want a guy, but this is one of the things. So I brought this case up, or not case, but this article up. When you're tying addresses like Ethereum addresses, Pulse Chain addresses, Bitcoin addresses, be sure not to say whose name it is. If you even think it is, because I know for a fact there's people out there that do chain analysis and they say, oh, this is Hexo's address, or this is somebody else's. And I know for a fact, because I've been a part of it, where somebody's like, Hexo did this on the chain and and it's like, that wasn't me. What are you guys talking about? But then they tied your name to an address, and that, if that address has $1 million in it, now people know that you have $1 million in your MetaMask or whatever in your wallet. And guess what? Now people can come after you and beat you up, wrench attack you, do whatever. You're putting a target on everybody's back, and it's pretty gross that people would tie a name to a wallet at this point. Now, if you want to do chain analysis and watch what the person does and be like, yeah, this person, sells all the time and blah, 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 that's fine. I think that, chain analysis is great. Tying a person's name to it, gross. Don't do that. If you know whose it is, just keep it to yourself. You don't have to publicly tell anybody, right? Just, keep it to yourself. I don't understand the why people want to do that. It's crazy. Apparently, World Liberty Financial dumps Bitcoin for Ethereum. So World Liberty Financial was the Trump token. I was wanting to get into it, but then they said you had to be an accredited investor, and I'm not an accredited investor, so I decided not to get into it. Although I'm sure that there was ways to get into it either way. But they sold their 103 wrapped Bitcoin worth approximately $10 million for 3,075 ETH on January 14th. So it looks like, all this stuff about, which I know that it's not Trump that's holding it, but I thought it was pretty funny. It's like linked directly to Trump because he promoted it, which I'd still like to know what it even does. I know it had to do something with Aave or whatever, but yeah. So I still don't know what that Liberty. I was really hyped up for it. Honestly, I was like, yeah, dude, Trump comes out with it, I'm gonna definitely get in. And then they said accredited investor, and I was like, nope. All right, I watched a 3 hour, thing with some new. He wasn't new, but apparent. I've never seen him in the crypto space, and I was like, dude, I watched 3 hours of it, and it was like them just jibber jabbing about how cool crypto is, and like 30 seconds of where they told you what the crypto is, kind of, and then what it was going to do, maybe. And then I was like, and then they were like, and then we're going to go after accredited investors, and well, you could only be an accredited investor to get on the whitelist. And I was like, oh my gosh, dude. I just listened to this for like 3 hours. Wow. So Bitcoin hitting an all-time new high of the year, of the new year at 106, $229. It looks like it's 104 right now. And Ethereum passed $3,500 today. So great. XRP still on the move. I think that XRP may have got, I think that this is an all-time new high for XRP. Yep, just barely. Oh, no. According to this, it says 234. Oh, okay. Yesterday they hit an all-time new high. Good. Like I said yesterday, maybe the Jeets of HEX should learn from the Jeets of XRP. Guess what? they got an appeal on their SEC case, and guess what? They're still pumping, boys. They're still pumping. So good on them. Good job, XRP. I like to just look at the chart. If you're buying XRP, you're doing crypto wrong, my friend. You're doing crypto wrong. Let's see. Gas pretty low right now. 5 Gwei. And all right, the big news. There was a staker out today that's staked $1.2 million. He was gonna get 1 or 2.7. Yeah, well, the whole thing. Okay, 2.73, and he unstaked it early out of a 5555 stake. And a couple of people were upset that these guys maybe being the HEX protocol or the contract is a little bit predatory, because when you stake, you didn't realize that you would lose everything. There's nothing that on the website go.hex.com that tells you, hey, if you stake this for 15 years and you unstake it 1,202 days later, you're gonna lose everything. And I had a tweet. This was more about how we've been talking about with the lawyers, but it goes to this too. In HEX, you do all of the work. You stake or you don't. You mint your own rewards or you let it acquire penalties. You should research before entering and ending a stake. There is no Oz behind the scenes pulling levers. It's all you. Welcome to decentralized finance. So, you stake it or you don't. You are not required to stake HEX. That is one of the, you don't have to stake it. In a lot of protocols, if there's a staking coin, you're like in a vesting period for, 90 days or whatever. In HEX, you can stake for 1 day. You can stake for 15 years. And if you hit that stake button and you let it roll over on the next day, guess what? You're going to get freaking penalized if you emergency end stake. Now, when you emergency end stake, there's a big window that says if you emergency end stakes, you could acquire penalties. I can't remember the exact thing. I'm sure it's down here in the somewhere down in here. I'm sure somebody has it, right? But okay, I don't know. But so there's a pretty big warning. Now, I think that Shill Gates, he's the one that kind of brought this up to people, and said it was a little bit predatory. Now, I think what he suggested is a good idea, which is putting on the website go.hex.com, if you emergency unstake this now, you're going to get back 0 HEX, or how much ever HEX that you're going to get. Now, again, this is not, unfortunately, we are, we're not relying on work of others, right? For this thing to go up, and so if the website never gets updated, guess what? There's places like Hex Scout that do allow you to see the emergency end stake fees. I don't know if this guy has anymore. Let's see. I know there was somebody that just. Let's see. Let's check this guy. Oh, I guess I could just do this. So there's a way that you can actually click these guys' stakes and you can see what it would be on emergency end stake. So let's check this one. You click these little 3 dots, emergency end stake. This would be what you would get paid on this emergency end stake if you were to emergency end stake today, I believe. Is what they're doing here. So let's see. They put in 130,000. They've got 95,000 yield, and there's that. So maturity. Is that like a estimate? I don't know what. So there you go. But if you were to emergency end stake, it looks like they're showing you the penalty here. So you'd get about 108,000 hex from this one. Now the bigger ones, like this one, is getting nuked because I'm guessing this guy staked before the big payday, so that it's even getting worse of a payout. So that's probably why he got absolutely nuked. So do I think that it would be nice to have it on the website that, you know, if you emergency end stake this, you're going to get 0 back? Sure. Will that happen? Maybe, but that's not anybody's responsibility, right? This guy could have went over to HEX Scout and did exactly what I just did and made sure that his stakes weren't going to get nuked before doing it. Is it predatory? I don't think it's predatory. If you don't know what you're getting into, like, that's kind of on you. It's out there. There's lots of knowledge out there about what HEX is and how HEX runs. At this point, if you're going to emergency end stake and you didn't ask anybody that was a little bit more intelligent, you got to, you know, people got to start taking responsibility, right? That's my biggest thing. Hey, really? I love penalties. I love penalties too. Preying on the predators are the liars. Okay. What? HEX is the best product from the dumbest community. Dumb. I don't know about that. Let's see. Let me scroll up. Ethereum / my validator stake predatory. Yeah, exactly. Well, there you go. Right? Like if you don't know what you're doing with the with mining and staking and Pulse chain even, and it sounds like with Ethereum, you'll get slashed and you'll lose a bunch of money. It's not predatory. You just not, if you just went in there and just started mining Pulse chain, or you just started mining Ethereum, it's not predatory. You just did it on a whim and you didn't understand how the protocol works, right? Or you didn't take the time out. You invested thousands of dollars, right? Which I don't know when this guy invested, but he just lost $40,000. No, more than that. Let's see. What's the calculator say? He lost like what, 2.7 million times 0.157. So $42,000. He lost about $42,000 because he didn't want to take the time to read to make sure what was going on. Just like he said, if he was an Ethereum validator, would he just, you know, is anybody going to feel bad for him? No, I'm not going to feel bad for you. You didn't take the time. You know, it's like, dude, you didn't take the time to look at and see how it worked. You had $40,000 in the thing and you didn't even see how it worked. So, but I get what people are saying. There should be a you know, a thing that says, hey, you're going to get literally 0 if you do this, which I don't remember what the emergency end stake thing says, but I'm pretty sure it's like, I mean, it's a red flashing thing that's like, if you emergency end stake. I wonder if we could see it. Emergency end stake HEX. Let's see what it looks like. Can we see it? No, I don't see any. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any emergency end stake button or like the pictures. No. All right. So yeah, I just don't see it. So I think it explains to you you can lose all of your money, and people just, you know, click on. They're like, yeah. Which, you know, if it was a hacker or something like that, it would suck for the person that got hacked, but at least the hacker didn't get any money. That's what I'm happy with these emergency end stakes. They get like completely nuked. And they come, you know, you see like 10 of them and you're like, dang, dude, did somebody get hacked? And then somebody comes up and it's like, dude, I just got hacked and they emergency end stake. You feel bad for that person for sure. Like I feel horrible that person was hacked, but I feel a little bit better that the hacker got way less hex than if they were able to just end the stake and take all of their hex, right? Because now it's redistributed it to the stakers, and now we can, at least it got redistributed it to the people that actually believe in the protocol than just random guy that hacked an account. So apparently Trump does have a lot of BTC. Okay. Newsflash, guns can hurt people, not just bad people. Tune in at 6 p.m. for more info. Okay. Unless it's a scammer, dox all scammers. Yeah, for sure. Ban the use of hands. Banning writing utensils isn't enough, Johnny. Oh, let's see. The emergency end stake feature, the crayon eating shield. Okay. You guys don't need to hate on him. Guys, we can have separate opinions without hating on the guy, right? Like, I like Shield Gates. If he doesn't, you know what I mean? We can have differing opinions in the community without being like, you're on the other team? Well, F you. You're not my friend because you think emergency end stake should have a little ticker at the top. We're not friends. It's like, we can have differing opinions, guys. It's okay. It's all right. I get it. Why everybody, it's kind of like the left and right thing with everything now. Like, you have to have a stance, or you're just you're a piece of trash. Either way, like, I'm on team emergency end stake all of your stakes, and then somebody's on their team like, actually, I want to protect people and have it so they no F you. Like, we don't have to be like that. It's just a differing opinion, right? The contract cannot be changed, though. So there is that. It's not going to change. So instead, we should just be alerting people. If you emergency end stake your stakes before they're supposed to come out, you can get nuked. You can get your entire bag gone, right? So, be aware of that. That should be stated. And I'm pretty sure when you emergency end stake your stakes, it is brought up. So let's see. Hexologist, should the emergency end stake button have its own meme coin? What? What? Calling it predatory is a bad thing to say. Some things saying the banks are better than Hex and Richard Schill's referral links. Yeah, I mean, I get what you mean. We probably shouldn't call it predatory, right? It probably shouldn't have been called predatory. But maybe that was just kind of what came to his mind, and I get it. Wait until he finds out the OA has 90% of the tokens. Well, I don't know about 90% of the tokens. I mean, 10% is staked, so not 90%. But wait till he finds out what happens if you don't stake. I saw somebody, if you don't end the stake 2 weeks, what happens 2 weeks after the stake, I did some emergency end stake earlier on after I tested the way the protocol worked, staked longer term. Yeah, there's ways to do it, right? Posted it in your comments. Oh, what did you post in my comments? I don't know what that is. Jeffrey Dahmer was predatory. Emergency end stake feature is not a predatory bug. Okay. Mistakes are predatory. Sami, by the way, and hex staking length now is 60 days when Hex Scout shows 7 years. What? Said hex staking length is 60 days. Well, he's just not going off of the average, right? I mean, I get what he's probably saying. Most people are staking 30 to 90 days. I mean, I've talked to you guys about it quite a lot. Most people are not in this for the long term anymore. Most people have staked. If you go look on the Telegram bot that shows you all the stakes, it literally is like, I wonder if I could bring it up. I don't know if I want to dox my Telegram. Let me see. Let's see. Can I do this? Yeah, I can do that. All right. If you bring this, it's not like I have anything crazy. I just look. If you go down, I'm 5,000. Let's see any stake. Staked 366 days. Great. Okay. Staked 366 days. This looks like all the same person. So 32 days, 1 day. Like, why would you stake 123,000 hex for a day? Okay. Let's see. Staked. Oh, there's a small 5555. Let's see. More stakes. Staked. Anything big is what I'm saying. So 77,000 staked for 50 days. 100,000 stake for 5555, 150,000. Let's scroll up a little bit because it looks like this might be all one dude, maybe. Look, 10 million hex just staked for 10 days. This is what I'm saying with everybody's staking for like 1 to 90 days with any sort of big bags because they're just waiting to dump, right? They're just like, well, when this, I'll stake it for 10 days. I want to find some bigger ones. 10,000, 566,000. Oh, that's bought. Sold, staked. Do we got any stakes here? Nope. Here we go. 15,000 hex. See, barely any hex. Staked for 3,000 days. All right, bought, sold. 3,000 hex. Staked for 1 day. So maybe the average is what he's talking about with this new average is it's like, I mean, here you go. 1.2 million hex just into the stake. Served 20 days. 675,000. Staked 30 days. Here's a big one. 730 days. Wow. Here we go. Sold, staked. Look, million. Staked for 17 days. 28 days. So there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Nobody wants to stake for a long period of time. And I get it. People are really anticipating this bull market. But in my opinion, oh, never mind. I don't want to be too bearish. Here you go. This guy, 3 million hex just ended a stake. 1.7 million hex he got out of it for 1,100 days. He got a 50%, 58% return on for 1,000 days. There you go. 330,000 hex, staked 8,000, or got rewarded 8,000, and took him 118 days. All right, so there you guys go. Not a lot of people are staking for a very long time. Look, 5.8 million hex staked for 20 days, 24,000 hex, 14 days, 11 days for 420,000 hex, a million. 6 days. Oh, this one was 6 days late. But he probably, oh yeah, that was probably a longer one. 100 days, 62 days, 33 days, 1,800 days. Nice. So there you go. That's what I'm talking about. So that's probably what Sami's talking about. Nobody's really staking for that long anymore, and it shows. Right? It's kind of one of those things, which is great for anybody that wants to actually get in the pool and stake for longer. But I think that people are anticipating the bull runs coming up, and they don't want to be like last time where they had everything staked, and they're like, well, I had everything staked last bull run, and look what happened. Now, what could this might be one thing that could happen with like what happens if the trial case, or if the case doesn't get dismissed, goes to trial, we have another year and a half of all of this stuff. The Interpol stuff gets crazy. Those people that are staking for 10, 20 days, they would have wished they staked for 365 days because they would have gotten a way bigger APY, right? So they're just kind of, I don't know. They're called, like, I call them, what did I call them? Short liquid stakes, because they're just waiting to dump. All those people that have 15 days, 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, they're just waiting for the pump so they can dump with their price point, which is fine. It's everybody's prerogative of what they want to stake for. If they have the balls to stake for 10 years, then they can do it. If they have the balls to stake for 15, they can. But if they're, I think that people should stake, and I've always said this, according to your mindset and where you think that you'll be at that time. So if you're staking for 30 days, you're going to be like, okay, the price is moving this much or whatever. But if you're saying, I'm going to stake for 10 years, like, you better be prepared to stake for 10 years, or at least 5, because that might, you might get wrecked. All right, let me scroll down. Just a humble LP guy. Yeah, okay. I haven't looked, but I bet someone has launched a coin called Predatory. I'm definitely against having no 10 to 15 year stakes at all, though. For the youngins, you can put a little bit in there for retirement over time if you're not freaking 80 years old. I agree. Yeah, 10 to 15 years, and I've said it here before, are Hail Marys for me, right? They're not something that I go, everybody should have a 15-year stake. No, those are Hail Mary for me. You have no idea what the stakes are going to look like, or what the the ecosystem's going to look like at that time, right? And so you're really betting the, so if you're staking all of your money for 15 years, yikes. You might be crying. Many people will change from short stakes to long when the price pumps and they become bullish. Maybe. I think that people, I don't know, man, because people will want to sell, right? So I think that most people that are going to use this protocol as the way it's intended by staking are going to be the ones that have already made it. That's my opinion. Those people that have already made it in HEX. They're going to be like, dude, I've made $10 million. I can live off of this money for the rest of my life. I don't need it. And here's a decentralized interest that I can be paid or that I can be paid for the rest of my life. And, I have the $10 million in my bank account and I can keep accruing more HEX over here and sell it when I need it. And they'll just keep, doing ladders or whatever they're going to do. So I really think that it's people that have made it. And because you don't see, people with 100,000 HEX, like you've got to stake it out for 10 years to make a pretty good amount, right? I mean, who knows what the price will be at some point. If it goes to $1, you just made $100,000. But that's what they're waiting for, right? If they stake it out for 10 years, 100,000 HEX, and that's the only HEX they have, is what I'm saying. That's the only HEX they have. They stake it out for 10 years. When they see the price go up to $1, their little finger is going to be like, I gotta press the emergency end stake right now to even get $500 off this thing. Like they're gonna be their little fingers are gonna be breaking because they're so weak, right? And so I just feel like it's gonna be one of those things where the people that stake long, are gonna be the ones that have made it. Big stakes for a short time frame are watching the share rate. I think these people are driving it up on purpose. Well, I think, now correct me if I'm wrong, it's not about how big the stake is. It's about how the length is, and it's not allowing that person to get it back. It doesn't matter how big the stake is. It's more about how the length of the stake. Because if you wanted to bake 1.2 billion HEX and stake it for 6 days, it's not going to make it that, it's not going to drive the share rate up like a crazy amount. But if you took that 1.2 billion HEX and staked it for 2 years, it would, once you end that stake, it would blow up the T-share rate. It's not even out how big it is. I think it's just the length of the stake, because it won't let that person who ended the stake get that much ever again. So it has to keep driving the price up. So I think it's more about length. It probably has a little bit, because I think a 1.1x on the big part of how much you have, but the length is like almost it can go up to a 3x. So it's actually these long stakes that are coming due that are actually driving the T-share rate up higher. Go full predatory and end the stake. Okay. Yeah, because they're short scared for when price shoots up very quick. So we'll dump those. Yeah, exactly. Hexo, stop doxing my hex stake. Sorry. Is Icosa and Hedron dead? I don't know. I haven't looked at them in a while, honestly. They are pumping the T-share rate. Thank you. Then Richard put out an emergency tweet saying you need to wait until the contract ticks over. Oh, what? Let's see. I did a test the very first day with 1 HEX. Then I got home from work the next day and ended it and lost some of that 1 HEX. Didn't know I had to wait until the 1200 UTC. Yeah. Hexa, was that a JP invitation? Who's JP? That's what she said. Okay. No homo. Has to be fat and okay. Hey, XO, all as well. What's up, SoFlo? Won't throw $1,000 out 15 years, but we'll spend that in a month on cigarettes. Hey, and that makes way more sense, right? But if you're spending it on cigarettes, you might not have 15 years to live. They might emergency and say, yeah, great strat. Max stake, even 1,000 HEX will be enough. Well, hopefully. You might not want to do that on the Ethereum network. Don't do that on the Ethereum network, because you might be paying. Hexo, hi. What's up, Jason? Just in case. The one who knows will ladder short, medium, and long term. True. Thanks for streaming. You bet, man. I think we need a referral to Hexo's butt doctor on the emergency end stake button just in case. Okay. You leave my butt doctor out of this, boys. You leave my butt doctor out of this. He's a saint. My wife said that he was like such a stoner because I didn't really talk to him. He was just like, I'm gonna take real good care of you. I was like, okay. And he has like a, like the Indian doctors are the ones that you want to do surgery on him. Thank heavens I have an Indian doctor. And he's like, I'm gonna take real good care of you. I was like, thank you. And I went to sleep and I woke up with a sore butthole. Like, damn it. Oh my gosh. Now I know what he meant. It's all coming to me right now as we speak. Emergency end stake, sacrifice live, 400,000 minimum sack. The price, shrinking T-share price is a pump of mental for price. True. Me too. I bought it 30 cents and realized I bought the top on the way down. Stake until October 25. I will be very happy then. Stake until. Nice, dude. Damn, SIGs IRL. EUS. Yeah. How's the band going? Hexa? What band? I'm not in a band. Nobody will take me. I'm not that good. The bad guy and grandma's boy. Oh, okay. JP. Wiggle the time. Okay. All of crypto I view as a possible secondary income, not my primary. I'll always meet my needs through traditional means. Just my opinion. That's probably the best idea, Carl. Can the shrinking T-share rate kill the project? No, it's not shrinking. It's making it more expensive. So at the first, when HEX was first started, we're going to use our words here. I don't know what to. When the first HEX was minted, it was 10,000 HEX per T-share. So to get one T-share, it cost you 10,000 HEX. Now it's costing you almost 40,000 HEX. So it's 4x in 5 years. So it just makes it more expensive. It's not a shrinking T-share rate, if that's what you're asking. It's actually it's inflating, or not inflating, but it's going up. So I prefer length over how big it is too. Okay. All right. We got funny guys in the chat today. I see that the crowd has gone mild on the length of the steak jokes. Gosh, dang it. You guys, how is that a pump of mental? Well, what do you mean? How is that a pump of mental? It gets more expensive by the day, pretty much, to get a T-share. Just like what I was telling you about, if people are staking 10, 15, 20, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, they're going to miss out on a huge, like the T-share rate's going up, getting more expensive. So it's cost them more money, or more HEX, to get in the next time. So like, let's say you got in on day one and you staked it for 3 years and it cost you 10,000 per HEX, 10,000 HEX per T-share. So let's say you put in 10,000 HEX, you staked it for 4 years. No, let's just say 5 years. You got out and you got like a 3x on your HEX. So now you got 30,000 HEX. But now if you go to stake it for the same amount of period of time, it's going to cost the T-share. You're going to get like 0.75 of a T-share or 0.85 of a T-share. Right. So that's what I mean. And yes, I know if you stake 10,000 HEX, it would for 5 years, it would give you, 1.5x or whatever it would be. I get that. I'm just trying to easily explain it. Sleep Kyle, hey, thank you for the $5. Hey Hexo, thanks for the stream. Are you planning to dress for Trump's inauguration on January 20th? Yeah, I don't know what else I'm gonna dress in. Maybe I'll wear my American hat. Yeah, we'll definitely do that on the 20th for sure. Rising T-share cost. Remember back when it was a decimal at first, 1.0, then 0.99. Yeah. Yes, I do remember that. When it was just called shares and it was the trillion of them. And it was like, what is this? Yeah, the T-shares get more expensive, but how does that make the HEX price go up theoretically? Well, it doesn't make the HEX price go up. Nobody said that the T-share price is correlated with the HEX price. Now, when people start running into the stakes because they're like, I want to stake, well, it takes all of that HEX that they could have sold off the market, making the market or the liquid HEX more scarce. So it kind of is a positive feedback loop, if you will. But when nobody stakes, like how people are today, that they're just staking for 20 to 30 days, then it doesn't do it as much. By the way, when Richard first launched HEX, or when whoever launched HEX, we got to start using these. We got to start watching our words. But he said that people were staking way longer than he ever anticipated. He said that most people that he thought were going to stake for like a year, a year or two. He thought that would be the average, and it turned out to be like 6 or 7 years average. So I don't think he even anticipated people staking this long, for and as much. So it is pretty crazy. I will be for their inauguration day. Yeah, maybe we'll have to watch it live. If you end 25 shares, you will be lucky to get 7 back. Yeah, exactly. Remember the T-share, do the interest on interest. Play ball. The T-shares get more expensive. Okay, let's see. See, Johnny, I have fans. Girth over length for, okay, geez. Maybe if we view it as longer stakes give you more T-share, therefore more daily payout. So longer pays better. Who would have thought? All right. We playing Magic the Gathering, Johnny? Let's see. Get them Trump shares. Ooh, I like it. Trump shares. Good idea. All right. Well, we were gonna look at the video today, but boy, oh boy, it looks like we talked a little bit too long, so I don't want to start the video. I learned that how women in their stakes when I watch Deuce. Okay, T-share just goes up and up and up. Exactly. Where do we find the T-share? By the way, I think there's a HEX calc. I hope I'm not going to some weird website. Okay, no, it's not that one. Oh, it's .net. Yeah, here we go. All right. So, here you go. So it looks like this person put hexcalc.net out. So let's say, so you can put your PHEX amount to be burned, which just means that you're going to stake it. So you put 1 million. Is that 1 million? Yep, 1 million. And you stake it for 60 days. And then you could do the price prediction. Let's just say we stay pretty much where we're at right now. You can calculate all of this right here. And it'll tell you how much. Now, this is just a pure speculation, guys, because you don't know how many people are going to emergency end stake, which pays the stakers and all that other stuff. Emergency end stakes, lay done stakes, all that jazz. So you're going to get 26 T-shares for 1 million HEX. 1 million HEX back in the day, like we said, what's 10,000? You used to get 100. I mean, 10,000 times 100. So you used to get 100 T-shares for the same amount, pretty much. 60 days, maybe. Yeah. So, yeah, yikes. Now you're only getting 26. Which is pretty crazy. So, you're effectively getting 33,000 HEX on top of that. So your effective T-share rates are 26. Now, when people stake, they always think that this is what they're going to get, which is not what they're getting. They're getting effective HEX because this is the multiplier. Okay. So this is like taking your longer pays better and your bigger pays better bonuses, and then it's adding those up, which is 33,000 HEX. And so you're effectively staking 1,033,000 HEX for 1 day, but you're staking it for 60 days instead. So your effective HEX is what this is. And here you go. You would get a total payout of 11,796. So, you made 11,000 HEX, 12,000 HEX, which is about $200. Not bad, actually. Let's see, these bigger ones. I know that there was a 30 million earlier. 1, 2, 3. Is that 30? Yeah. Okay. 60 days. Let's just say 60 days. Let's say the same price. And I think this is averaging the daily payouts. So that 30 million, the current USD value of it is $48,000, right? Oh, that's 3 million. There we go. 30 million, which is roughly $480,000. You're roughly getting a longer pays better bonus because for the 60 days. So you're getting about 1 million HEX on top of that. And then you get 600,000 for the bigger pays better bonus, which effectively gives you 1.572 million HEX. So you pretty much get 31 million HEX to stake with. It'd be about 800 T-shares. I think that's what that guy had on the Telegram. And After 2 months, this is about how much money you'll make, which is not bad, actually. That's not bad. I mean, if you have 30 million hex staked for 60 days, that's not bad. If you're just selling it, you get $6,000 every 2 months. Not bad. So, you know, some of these people are probably just living off their yield, which is smart, actually. So, trillionth share. No, you have it backwards. Trillion shares, not trillionth of a share. What? I didn't say trillionth of a share, did I? I don't think I did. A Chocolata or a Salvo Loy? I don't even know what we're talking about. Red Bull can stake. I am waiting for Ben Mala to invest. Is that the big fat dude from like Florida or something? Some fool calls the system predatory like Mr. Bill Gates. Hey, you know, like I said, we all can have opinions, guys. We don't have to be like hating on the guy. We can have he's part of our community. Why do we hate on him? He just thinks it's different, you know? Like we can all think different, all right? Having a new perspective on it is not, you know, we just have to talk him off the ledge a little bit and just be like, it's not predatory. It's in all of the documents. If you read what you're into, I don't think it's predatory. You know, somebody said with the slashing, if you're an ETH miner, like, is that predatory? If you just set up a miner and didn't realize that you could get slashed if your miner goes off. I don't know if ETH does that still. I don't know how ETH mining works anymore, to be honest with you. But let's say Bitcoin or any of these other proof of work mining. What if your miner turns off and he starts getting slashed? Well, guess what? That's not predatory. You just didn't read the documents. You didn't have the proper backups, the UPS backup, so you can, you know, continue to mine. And so, yeah. How many 5,500 stakes do you have, Hexo? Didn't you say you never have sold? What? No, I've never said I've never sold. I've never said that. I never said. I don't even know how many 5,500. Maybe one or two, but they're very, very small. And I made them before the big payday. It was like, I remember everybody staked for 5,555 days the day before big payday. Like, it was kind of, you know, it was like, hey, everybody, we're going to do this, you know. Wow, we're all a community. Why don't we stake on the same day? That looks really smart. And so I was one of those guys, but I didn't stake very much. It was like 1,000 or 10,000 hex at the time, which is, you know, $100 or whatever. So, one or two, maybe at most 5, but they're all very small. And no, I've never said I'd never sold. Only you on your demo hex staking for your show 3 to 4 years ago. It was all about staking 5,555. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, man. I've always been the type of person that says stake how you how your mentality is. If you're a gambler, which most people in crypto are, do not stake for 5,555 days, because you are going to be the person that goes, well, actually, I'm going to take a little bit of a loss on this one. And then you get completely wrecked, and then you come running into the chat going, Hex is a scam because I just emergency unstaked all my Hex and I only got, you know, I staked 10 million Hex. I only got 50,000 left because I emergency unstaked early. You know, so if you're the type of person that can actually hold for a long time, like myself, I probably am able to do that. But because I have that mentality where I can do something for a long period of time and I'm okay with it, I can just eat it for a long time. But you know, I know gambling types of people, like friends of mine that are like degenerate gamblers, that if I told them to stake for 15 days, I'm not even lying. If Hex went up like 50%, they would emergency end stake and they would call me and be like, what's going on, Hexo? Where's all my money? What did you do? Right? So I think that, you know, if anybody's telling you to stake for 15 years, yeah, just don't listen to those people. Like, at least on that, like that's really bad if they're telling you to do that. I've never heard anybody say that you should, everything's about staking for 15 years. Now there might be, I don't watch a lot of Hex content, so there might be somebody, and I just don't watch anybody else. So B share is 1 billion shares. True. Consider crypto a better savings account, 401k. Yeah. Let's see. Guess what? We aren't a 5,555 yet to know if it wasn't a good idea. We are 1/3 of the way there. True. Very true. Yeah. If we get 15 years and it's like, dude, I should have staked 15 years. That was the dumbest thing. I should have staked all my Hex for 15 years. Because look, we've been here for 5 years and it has gone by like that. right? So 15 years is 3 of those, right? So, we're 1/3 of the way there. Maybe those 1,000 hex that I staked for 15 years are absolutely just worth like, they're $50 a hex or something like that. And I just make a crazy amount, So yeah, exactly. Who knows at this point, right? That we're 1/3 of the way there. Compounding hex staking ladder is key. True. When the newbies lose their keys, the techies that can keep their keys get their liquidity float. Bankers. Yep. What if it's $100 a hex? Yeah, exactly. Legend hex. So what's that, Senzu? What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Staking ladder. That's probably the best idea. I mean, that was, we always did our staking ladders in MS Paint. Like anybody that says I shield 5,555 day stakes is lying, because we were one of the first that came out with hex staking ladders, and we would draw them on stream all the time. And it's what I practice what I preached. I staked it for, I have staking ladders. That's what I do. So you can't say shield gates without saying, okay, guys, we can all hold hands and stake. I don't know why they keep saying we're a cult. Yeah. I make 15-year stakes twice a year. Nice, dude. I mean, if they're, if they were small enough for me, if I was like, dude, I can take $100 and just stake for 15 years. It's not a bad way to do it, actually. I did some out as well there for fun. Yeah. I did tell my brother that 3.69 was too much, and he just do 1%, but he called me an idiot. Well, I don't know. He seems a little bit more intelligent. Yes, slashing still exists on ETH as well as Pulse. It is required to punish bad actors. See, exactly. See? But if you didn't read if you just started up a mining pool, or you just started up a miner and you didn't read how it went, and your power went off and you stopped mining for a little bit, guess what? Wrecked. I've literally heard bankers say that Bitcoin is predatory because most people will lose their keys. I mean, that's because the bankers want to hold your keys. That's because they want you to hold their keys, right? Read the instructions first. Exactly. Yeah. You read the instructions before you start staking. Let's see. Shill's tip jar wallet is interesting. Just saying. I don't know what that is. He too shall be brainwashed. Delayed gratification. Who's that? To show these kinds of things that are hex calc when it happens, and anyone can build things like Alex built Icosa.pro. Okay. Alpha shares, Hexo for president. Yeah, no thanks. I like my life. I'd rather just have, I'd rather not. Richard Hart now lives safe on the base on the moon. Good luck getting jurisdiction, SEC. Well, let's hope the Martian Richard Hart comes down and, no butt probes, but he can abduct us. We were really playing snakes and ladders. Okay. Price matters 2 days. The day you buy and the day you sell. F everything in between. True. Other than the, emergency end stakes in between and but yeah, I get what you're saying. I feel like a EHEX, PHEX thing is still unresolved by most, and that's holding us back. In my opinion, ditch the EHEX. The value can only on one. Majority consensus is PX. Well, I get what you're saying. Hexy make Hexagon. But if you ditch one of them, guess what? Everybody sees that Richard Hart abandons his immutable projects, and that he'll just do it again. And then he'll just do it again. And then he'll just, you know what I mean? You just set precedent in people's minds that you're going to just move on to the next thing. Oh, it didn't work out for us. Well, we don't have to, be held accountable. We'll just fork it and start a new one. Right. And so people are not going to let him just get away with, killing one. Right. You have to have both of them. They're going to be there no matter what. It's an immutable contract, dude. So you kind of, I get what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying, but, no, people that are haters will love to, point at it and be like, well, you just keep on moving. So imagine getting 30% APY on your Bitcoin now. LOL, that's hex for you, boys. Yeah, exactly. All right. I'm at EHEX Maxi. Stop being victims. Only victims are those who went to Diddy parties. You reap what you sow. Educate yourself what buttons you press. True. I swear I've never been to a Diddy party, and there is no more evidence to prove it. Yes, me too. Not that I knew about it. I was under anesthesia last week, so anything could have happened. If I buy Bitcoin, store it in a cold wallet, and throw out the seed words by accident, is that predatory? No, that's called donating to the blockchain. True. What's up, Super Hex? Consensus is PHEX. Just saying. Oh, I get it. I'm just saying that we can have it tied to like a liquidity tied to it as well. And I'm not saying you have to 1-to-1 ratio it, but it can be a 5-to-1 ratio and like hard pair the pairs to where it PHEX goes up, EHEX goes up with it. I disagree, Hexo. The system state got copied and it can get copied again. Well, true, it can get copied again. But if he keeps doing it, let's just say we do it again right now. Like Richard comes out with the most brilliant project and Richard wants to copy the system state to another blockchain, Pulse Chain, Pulse Chain 2 or something, and we get Pulse X2 and we get PHEX 2. People will just be like, dude, this guy is scamming you. He's a serial scammer. And that it'll never, the more times that you do it, it's a what's it called? It's like a recycling type of scam where you just keep recycling. You get the same people to buy in. And when that hype is gone, everybody buys in and then the hype goes out. So it dies. And then you're just like, hey, I'm going to start. It's a recycling scam. So this is what happens. You get hype, it gets rug pulled, or something bad happens to the protocol. And then you go, well, that one didn't work. So we're going to actually start another one and we're going to start the next one. And then there's hype in that. And then it gets rug pulled again. And then there's, this is just happens a bunch of times until people are like, dude, I'm not buying this. So you have to be like, really, I think you have to have a really good reason why you should fork the chain. Yes, it could. But if you don't have a very good reason, then I think that, and we had a really good reason to fork our own chain because obviously HEX was not the best over there for the fees, but you don't have to stake it over there. You can just use it as a meme coin, which is what I do. The chat got feds in it. Probably. I disagree. Okay. All of crypto is predatory towards people that won't learn about what they're doing. True. How did you get into HEX? What did you do for? What did it for you? Oh, what did it do for you? So I watched Richard from like 2017 and he was literally the smartest person. And I always saw that he was like, I was on his price calls Telegram channel. And I remember he called the 20,000 top and I was like, this idiot. Cause I was like, I had all my money in Bitcoin, just a couple of altcoins at that time. And I was like, this little bastard is telling me that it's only going up to 20,000. F that dude. I got super mad at him. And then it went up to 20,000 and I watched it and I was like, damn it. Because he was like the smartest guy, but I watched him because he was like a Bitcoin maxi a little bit. But he was saying that Bitcoin was going to 20,000 and then dying from there. And I was like, no, I don't think so. What an idiot. And then it kind of, it happened. And then I watched him for the next 2 years, religiously. And I was like, dude, this guy is literally the smartest person. And he was going to come out with his own coin. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to get in this coin. I had no idea how it worked. I didn't know all of the T shares. I didn't know, dude, I was like a little dummy boy. I didn't know how ETH worked. I didn't know, you know what I mean? Like we all kind of started it somewhere. And I knew how Bitcoin worked a lot of the ways. I knew how trading worked. Some of those things, because that's pretty much what all these people do because they're so bored because Bitcoin is so boring. It's like, well, let's leverage trade because Bitcoin is boring. There's literally, what can you do with it? Oh, you can send and receive it. Got it. That sounds very interesting, right? Oh, cool. All of the banks own it now and all of the, they've got an ETF and all of the exchanges own it. Awesome. Yeah, that seems decentralized. Cool. But so that's how I got in. I mean, I just listened to Richard Hart and just kind of followed. I was one of the first people on the Telegram channel when he started the HEX Telegram. I think I was like the fourth. I think Hex Kong and me were like third or fourth people. I think back in the day, I had the most reputation on the HEX Telegram. I had like 10,000, over 10,000. Yes, there is a HEX POW, EHEX, PHEX. True. It's all the social consensus. The tech doesn't determine value price. We do. True. True. But I mean, exactly. So you're going to kill it. You can't really kill it, right? So it's social consensus. People obviously want it. And so if they want it, they can have it. I don't really. It's one of the last coins that I buy if I'm going to buy a coin. I've already told you guys PHEX and Pulse X are my top two. Then it goes Pulse Chain, and then it goes Incentive and EHEX down at the bottom. Like those are, but the thing is, if you go and look at EHEX, boy, oh boy, does it have some room to run, right? Like if we're actually being honest, here, let me go to it. If you're actually being honest with yourself about this, look, $216,000 of liquidity. This thing could actually run really, really hard. So, it doesn't need a lot of money to actually like completely blow up. So it could be, I'm not saying stake your EHEX, but this could actually get, you could see a 10x on that pretty easily just because there's hardly any liquidity. And we all know what low liquidity is, or what low liquidity does. So, yeah. Hey, JW, thank you for the 10. Dr. Hexa, when moon? Well, let's hope soon. Buddy. I want it to happen now. Start showing your first 365 days you streamed. Maybe. I'm pretty sure I doxed wallets and stuff like that on there. But damn, Emmons banned me. Oh, on Telegram? Dude, it's funny? By the way, thank you again, JW. It's funny? The first BankX sold all their EHEX? I don't think so. The first day that HEX started, I was so excited. I was like, yes, we got it. And Dan was in the Telegram chat, and I messaged him, and I was like, dude, we're going to be so rich. I can't believe it. This is such a cool, invention, blah, blah, blah. Didn't know how it worked, but I was just excited that this thing that we had waited like 2 years for finally came out. And he was all, I don't have a position in HEX, so I don't really care, or something like that. And I was like, your name is on the website. What do you mean you don't have a position in HEX? So, yeah, wrecked. EX is nothing. The fees that eat all. True. Does emergency end stake function come with loot? Yeah, it should. Hexel, I was one of the first Hex admin 2018 to 2021. Guess I know who is who. True. Guess you know who's who. What do you mean? Guess who I know? I know who is who. You can look on there. We have Pulse to stake our Hex. True. There are also Hex on testnet v4. Good idea to stock up on that too. Yeah, gonna be big. Did you do stocks before crypto? I did. Yeah, so I've told that story a couple times. This guy, I worked at a gym while I was going to school at night. I would work at the gym, and I would do all my schoolwork or whatever. And this guy, he worked at he was like a financial advisor, but he owned like his own thing, or wealth management, something like that. And he came in and he was like, dude, you got, I told him how I was into stock trading and stuff like that, telling him about these penny stocks. He's like, sure, dude. I was like, maybe you should think about getting into crypto. And I was like Bitcoin or what? He's like, look at this one. I got Ethereum. And it was like, he got Ethereum when it was super, super, super low. And it was like, he got it at like $1 or something like that. I don't know when he got it, but it was at $25. And he showed me he had like $500,000 worth of Ethereum. It did like a 30x or something. I was like, what the heck? Yeah, dude. Now I'm going to get into that. That was in 2015, 2016, something. Because I got into Bitcoin, I believe my first trade on Coinbase that I can look up is like 2016. When it's ready. Whatever happened to the Godwell? Nothing. He's still around. Dan is such an oddball. Oh, yeah, yes. Dan was the biggest downy. Yeah. He's still around on the Twitter. He's still around. All right, guys. Well, we will have to look at this beautiful thing tomorrow. Oops. The chat or the chat with Richard and Jason and the lawyers. We'll just look at it tomorrow because we have ran out of time. Great questions today. If you guys have any questions, hit them up. Oh, by the way, if you want to go subscribe to my Twitter, go subscribe. We've got, you got to go subscribe over on Twitter. You got to do it. If you want to put your name on there. 16 subscribers. That means $80 next month, guys. So, all right. You guys have a great one. I will see you guys tomorrow.